Can you tell me about your relationship with your sister?
It varies from day to day. Growing up, I kind of had to take on more of a parental role, and I had to grow up a lot faster than most kids with having a sister with Down syndrome. So some days it's like a brother-sister, some days it's like a father-mother. So, yeah, it varies from day to day.
How has your relationship with your sister changed as you've gotten older?
Um, like most kids, I was selfish. So when I was younger, it was more of a burden. Well, that's not fair. I wouldn't say it was more of a burden, but it was more of a task that I was willing, more than I was willing to take on. I was too busy trying to be a kid as much as, I wanted to fight it and be a kid. At the same time, that's my sister, so I kind of couldn't be. And in that, there was a little bit of resentment until I got older and got more of a head on my shoulders, and I realized how much of a blessing it is to have her in our lives.
Can you tell me a little about the type of disability your sister is living with and the challenges or lack of challenges that she experiences?
She's got Down syndrome, and I don't like to say that she has disadvantages because there's a lot that she understands. I would say on a learning level, she's probably maybe 10 years old. She's definitely, there's varying levels. Everybody's got their own learning spectrum, essentially, and hers just, and people with Down syndrome are no different. Some are really, 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 advanced as far as their learning, and some are a little slower, and she's a little bit slower. So I'd say her learning is around 10 years old. So she's self-sustaining. She can, watch herself. She can cook for herself, limited cooking for herself. But getting a driver's license, living by herself, that kind of thing, that will never happen.
How much support does your sister need from your family, and who is currently fulfilling that role?
It's a joint effort between me and my wife, my mom and my dad. My parents are separated, so my mom, she lives with my mom, she visits with my dad on the weekends, and, we kind of fill up the space in between as needed. But like I said, she's self-sustaining for the most part. She can be alone by herself for, a short amount of time. But again, living by herself, anything like that, extended periods of being by herself, absolutely not. She would need one of us to be there with her.
Who will fulfill that role in the future if something were to happen to your parents? Is this something that you've discussed as a family?
It's never really actually been something that's come up directly. I remember one time my parents asked me, again, when I was a selfish teenager. Actually, they were talking amongst themselves. They didn't even ask me. They just brought up, oh, well, when we're gone and Kat's with Rick. And I remember at the time asking them, going, well, what makes you think that I want her? And that was the only time it came up. And I felt immediately horrible bringing it up. But it's always just kind of been assumed in the family. Again, as I got older and realized that my parents aren't going to be around forever, that would fall back on me. And I think they also have understood that I've kind of grown into that a little bit as well.
Is your partner open to helping provide care if needed in the future? Is this something that you have discussed together?
Loose conversations. I wouldn't say that it's something that we've gone in depth over, but yes, there is an understanding between the two of us that once my parents are no longer around, that Catherine would be our responsibility, and she would be coming to live with us.
Do you have any concerns regarding providing assistance to your sister in the future? Do you think you'll have the support you need?
I do have concerns. I do have concerns. What if something were to happen to me? Or God forbid, my wife and I at the same time, what would happen to Catherine? But fortunately, we do have a very open and loving family that all kind of adore her because she is hilarious. And, yeah, I feel that she would be well taken care of if something were to happen to us. So not. I mean, I worry like any brother would worry, but not to the extent that I feel that she would be taken advantage of in any sort of way.
He what?
He's so funny.
He's funny.
And funny.
Sure, he's funny.
I don't know.
What does he do that bothers you?
He's got me crazy.
He drives you crazy?
Yes.
He drives me crazy too.
Move around.
Goof around.
Where you playing around?
When you play around.
I'm a good brother because we play around.
Yes.
That's what makes him a good brother. He plays with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that ain't it. Come on. I'm being serious. What do you do?
Because I look tired.
No. Come on, quit being goofy.
Like, I don't know.
What makes you a good sister?
You.
I make you a good sister?
That's the cutest answer I've ever heard.
All right. Good enough.